I went to Orison to film the Discovery Tours station that is being added to support the Stormwall Sanctuary visits. It's not in yet, but at least the station is in. So please check it out. Don't forget to subscribe if you already. Thank you, my long-term subscribers. Enjoy. Now, as noted here, you'll see on the map, the Discovery Tours route leads to the Stormwall Sanctuary. And the statue that I went around, that has been there for a while of a Stormwall, is probably not the fluffy kind that you see here now, but the large statue is probably close to what we'll see when these creatures are flying majestically through the gas cloud. And Crusader in general has I think, the right aesthetic for taking a space whale seriously, to be honest. And I think they're very respectful and they're doing it the right way. I also think that you will not be able to get a ship. You will need to go through the shuttle system and go through that route that is right where I head through here, from Cloudview Center and probably from the spaceport itself, Augusta Dunlow. Now, this location is just to the left of the TDC and the main mall for this area. And it is just outside of your main spawn point. So when you come downstairs at Green Circle, you would make a left and head towards the mall, and it would be another left as soon as you cross that little bridge towards the TDC and the mall and everything. It's to your left. You can actually see it from Green Circle, so it's not very hard to find. And once this is available, hopefully in 3.2.4.2, looks like it's going to be based on how it's all being set up, but there are some parts being added to 3.2.4.2 as pre-staging for 4.0. But I hope to at least see the Stormwall Sanctuary. I'm assuming a platform that's devoted to like an observation deck and maybe some activities around the storm walls. And I would like to see at least a couple storm walls running around. That's just me. Now, there is also some other stuff that is in 3.2.4.2 PTU Wave 1 this weekend. And I didn't think these kind of justified their own video, but for those of you who are curious, the hover trolley is in. but it's in the distro centers, and unless you have a contract in that distro center, all the guards decide to randomly shoot at you when their AI catches up or the server FPS is good enough. And what I recommend is go in with a friend, use a NERSA so you can respawn, and you can fiddle with the hover trolley. You activate it through a deploy button, like when you hold down the key. You don't drive it, you like stand behind it and push it around. And you can activate its hover, and then you can utilize the lever to kind of push it around. It carries 12 SCU maximum, although some people are noting that smaller boxes may be able to be thrown on top. Unofficially, it does not carry any passengers, and it does carry three one hand or two hand style weapons. There's like a small rack on the back just to the right of where you stand. And regretfully, I don't have a ton of video, despite quite a few attempts over the weekend to get it. Mainly because the hover trolley is extremely buggy right now. It falls through the floor. It clips into things when it doesn't clip into other things. But from my testing, I was able to get it into a ramp of a Hercules, and I've had a friend note that it works in the MSR, and I also anecdotally pretty much got it into a Carrack. You can draw your own conclusions what I mean by that until a dolphin dived its way back out of the ship, but it fit. So it's a little buggy right now in its physics, and it's there. I don't feel it's really viable for video, but it's there, and feel free to check it out. Additionally, the P8-AR semi-auto version for CitizenCon from the CitizenCon goodies pack is in, and it's being tuned along with a lot of other FPS weaponry. Zach from CIG's team has done some posts about that and noted a lot of different FPS changes, as well as some night vision scopes. I want to go and do some in-depth testing on the night vision scopes in a future video, but for now, I wasn't able to find them in the main stores, at least on NB. So if you want a head start, maybe Area 18 might be a little better off. However, from what I heard, the skyscraper's elevator was not functioning, at least in the build yesterday. So the elevators are kind of really weird right now. And speaking of elevators, there were some issues on my Connie Phoenix. My precious Connie Phoenix was not my daily driver over the entire weekend because its elevators did not function. Also, the Carracks did not function, but they fixed that. So I'm expecting that they will get around to fixing both elevators on the Connie Phoenix next. And it does highlight an issue with ships that only have elevators as an access point. When those elevators catastrophically fail, there's no workaround. Whereas if it's a ramp, you can like break it open and just kind of roll in if you get lucky and you don't blow the ship up or something. But when it comes to an elevator, it either works or it doesn't. So it just goes to show that the backups and standbys and such in certain ships, like the Hercules series, has their little ladder on the interior at least, and then they have the ramps exiting on the front and the back. So if you have an issue with one of them, you can drop the other. It goes to show those type of ships with redundancies. They may take up some bulk, they may take up some space, but hey, at least the dang things work. Especially now that we're entering engineering, where they might not break because somebody shoots them, might just break because they fail due to a relay missing or something else. Being able to still be able to, in an emergency, get out of the ship or during under fire or the ship's on fire is kind of useful. So, just some food for thought as we go into these deeper things that 3.2, 4.2, and some 4.0 topics kind of are embedded in. And I'm kind of jumping back and forth because a lot of the content that is not invisible, it's actually in 3.2, 4.2's PTU, is laying the groundwork for 4.0. So it's kind of hard to disassociate the two from each other. Granted, not everything from 4.0's in. Yes, I respect that, but just I wanted to note that for those who are interested in hearing just my anecdotal thoughts on 3.2, 4.2, there's a lot of work that needs to be done. It's a very early patch. I don't think this is ready for Wave 2, but I think if they give enough addendums, like, look, this is a very early build, maybe, sure. Just because I don't want to anger people in Wave 2. But the main thing I want to mention is that the hangars have had a serious regression issue where you spawn a ship and then instantly the ships you had or vehicle out despawn. They get thrown into the ground and then the new one appears. And so that makes it extremely difficult to like pre-stage a snub fighter or an Ursa or an Ursa, etc. Uh, and start stacking them up. Even the ATLS is counted as like a ship or vehicle, so it grabs it and it goes down. So we'll see if that gets fixed probably this week. I'm betting that'll get sorted out because that was a major selling feature of the hangar, so to speak. Another interesting thing I can't prove yet, I've got to dig through my old video, but it seems like there's less trinkets laying around the hangars, less stuff just sitting around like tables that are like NPC made tables and covered in things. And it feels like honestly a good improvement where there's more storage area and more places to park vehicles. I just got done explaining that the vehicles keep despawning anyway, but when they do get fixed, it probably in a build or two, then it will be very nice to have that additional space to store items and vehicles. And no, it's not a whole hab like a lot of people want so far, or an office for your org, or some other extreme example of hopefully someday we'll see components like that thrown together for your hangar. But for now, at least you have a lot more space to store your stuff. That's anecdotal. I have to still go back in my videos and improve that. Shot for shot, new Babbage extra large hanger, new Babbage extra large hanger, or is it extra large hanger, or is it extra large hanger? But from what I'm seeing, it seems like they're fixed. I do consider that a fix. There's a lot less stuff that the server has to load that is all just props. And then the storage is no longer like just NPC space taken up. And this is important because we have a lot more stuff. It's not just flare anymore. There's a lot of cargo, there's a lot of items that are critical, and these things take up space. So it's nice to see more space to fit these things as well as vehicles and items. You'll make your own scenes if you wanted to. And that was going to be great for machinima shooters if you're interested in that kind of thing, or just aesthetics in general. Set the tone for your hangar. It's nice. Once again, once that all gets saved up and that you come back to your hangar and it's all the same stuff, it'll be great. And that's kind of where I'm at right now on these initial thoughts of 3.2, 4.2, PTU, Wave 1. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you to my long-term subscribers for sticking with me. I know this is a bit more experimental than usual, especially front-loading it, but hey, uh, Orison is a beautiful place, and I thought we could all use a bit of calm lately. Take care.